Every time you walk into a store, you're being manipulated, and you don't even know it. Every major retailer, from Walmart to Target to Costco, uses the same playbook of psychological tricks to make you spend more. And it works. The average shopper spends 40 to 60% more than they planned on every single trip. Today, we're exposing 10 of the most powerful store tricks, backed by real research, real data, and real money. Once you see these, you'll never shop the same way again. Trick number 1, and the reason you clicked on this video. Why does every grocery store in America put milk at the very back? The industry calls it building the basket. Dairy is the #1 most purchased grocery category. 82% of consumers buy dairy on a typical shopping trip. By placing the most universally needed item at maximum distance from the entrance, stores guarantee that 82% of their customers walk past every single aisle just to grab a $4 gallon of milk. And along the way, you see hundreds of products you didn't plan to buy. More exposure equals more impulse purchases. That forced walk through the store is worth billions of dollars a year to the grocery industry. Quick tip: if milk is the only thing you need, walk straight to the back, grab it, and walk straight to the register. Don't browse. The entire store layout is designed to turn a 2-minute errand into a 20-minute shopping trip. Trick number 2, the decompression zone. When you walk through the front door of any store, the first 5 to 10 feet is a dead zone. Everything in this space is practically invisible to you. Retail researcher Paco Underhill spent decades studying shopper behavior, and he found that when customers enter a store, their brain needs about 10 feet to shift from transit mode to shopping mode. During that transition, shoppers miss merchandise, signs, and even staff members handing out flyers. Smart retailers know this. That's why Target puts their dollar spot, Bullseye's Playground, just past this zone. Those cheap seasonal items aren't there to make money. They're there to slow you down and switch your brain into buying mode. And here's another layer. About 90% of people are right-handed and instinctively turn right when they enter a store. Walmart even positions their entrances on the left side of the building, so you naturally turn right and flow counterclockwise through the entire store. Trick number 3, eye level is by level. Next time you're in a grocery store, look at where the expensive name brands are placed. They're almost always at eye level, between 4 and 5 feet high. The cheap store brands, down on the bottom shelf where you have to bend over to reach them. This isn't random. Companies pay for that prime real estate through something called slotting fees. A single new product can cost a brand up to $250,000 just to get placed at eye level in one region of stores. For a national rollout at a major chain, fees can hit $3 million. The total slotting fee market is worth an estimated $9 billion a year. You're not choosing products freely. You're choosing from a bidding war. And here's another layer. Kids' cereals are deliberately placed at children's eye level, about 3 feet off the ground. The brands aren't targeting you. They're targeting your 6-year-old. Quick tip: the best deals are almost always on the top or bottom shelf. Train yourself to look up and down, not straight ahead. That one habit alone can save you 20 to 30% on your grocery bill. Trick number 4, the Endcap illusion. Those special product displays at the end of every aisle? They're called Endcaps, and products on Endcaps sell up to 8 times faster than the same products in their regular aisle position. One study found that rear Endcaps generated a 416% sales increase. Brands pay over $50,000 for just a few weeks in that premium spot. But here's the part that matters. Most Endcap products aren't even on sale. You just assume they are because of where they're placed. The prominent positioning triggers what psychologists call prominence bias. If something is displayed prominently, your brain automatically interprets it as special or discounted. And because only the biggest manufacturers, Coca-Cola, Frito-Lay, Mars, can afford these fees, the products dominating Endcaps are almost always processed food. Trick number 5, the smell is engineered. That amazing aroma of fresh-baked bread or roasted chicken when you walk through the store. In many cases, it's not coming from an oven. Some stores literally pump artificial food aromas through their ventilation systems. This is called scent marketing, and it exploits the fact that your sense of smell has a direct neural pathway to the brain's emotional center, bypassing conscious thought entirely. The results are dramatic. When researchers pumped the scent of fresh bread into a grocery store, bakery sales tripled. A gas station that used artificial coffee scent saw coffee sales jump 300%. Cinnabon is legendary for this. They position their ovens near the customer area and bake continuously around the clock specifically to keep that cinnamon smell constant. 59% of consumers say they would spend more in a store that smells good. Quick tip: if you're shopping hungry and the store smells incredible, that's by design. Eat before you shop. Studies show hungry shoppers spend up to 64% more than those who've eaten. Trick number 6. They're controlling your walking speed with music. In 1982, Professor Ronald Milliman ran a landmark experiment. He played slow-tempo music, 72 beats per minute or lower, in one supermarket, and fast-tempo music, above 94 beats per minute, in another. The results were stunning. Shoppers exposed to slow music spent an average of $17 per visit. With fast music, just $12. That's a 40% increase in spending, and not a single shopper realized the music was affecting them. Today, companies like Mood Media provide custom-engineered playlists to thousands of retail locations. The tempo shifts throughout the day, slower during off-peak hours to maximize per-customer spending, and faster during rushes to move crowds through quickly. Trick number 7. Every color you see is calculated. Research shows that customers judge a product within 90 seconds, and 60 to 90% of that judgment is based on color alone. That's why sale signs are almost universally red. Red literally increases your heart rate and creates a sense of urgency. Walmart uses blue because it signals trust and reliability. Whole Foods uses green to trigger associations with health and freshness. Target uses red to stimulate impulse buying and excitement. But it goes deeper than branding. The lighting in different departments is carefully tuned. Warm tones in the bakery make bread look golden and inviting, while cool white lights in the meat section make cuts look fresh and pink. Even the floor tiles change color in some stores to unconsciously signal that you've entered a different zone. Quick tip: anytime you see a big red sales sign, pause for 3 seconds and ask yourself if you actually need that item. Red triggers urgency in your brain. A 3-second pause is enough to break the spell. Trick number 8. The shopping cart is a weapon. When the shopping cart was invented in 1938 by Sylvan Goldman, it was for one reason. Customers stopped shopping when their handheld baskets got full. The cart solved that problem, and stores have been making them bigger ever since. In 2011, marketing consultant Martin Lindstrom ran an experiment where he doubled the size of shopping carts. The result? Customers bought 40% more and didn't even notice. Since its invention, the standard shopping cart has tripled in size. Whole Foods doubled their carts between 2009 and 2011. Costco uses oversized flatbed carts that can hold hundreds of dollars worth of bulk items. The psychology is simple. A half-empty cart signals to your brain that you haven't bought enough. So you keep adding items until it feels full. Trick number 9. The $5 chicken is a $40 million trap. Costco's rotisserie chicken has been $4.99 since 2009. They haven't raised the price in over 16 years. And here's why. Costco loses an estimated $30 to $40 million every year on that chicken. They even built a $1 billion poultry processing complex in Fremont, Nebraska specifically to keep the price at $4.99. So why do they keep losing money on purpose? Because the average Costco customer spends over $100 per visit. That $5 chicken is what the industry calls a loss leader, a product sold at or below cost to get you in the door. And the chickens are placed at the very back of the store, just like milk, forcing you to walk past every aisle of high-margin products to get there. Common loss leaders include milk, eggs, bread, and bananas. Every store uses them. The product isn't the profit, you are. Quick tip: loss leaders are genuinely great deals. Go ahead and buy the rotisserie chicken. Just make a list before you go and stick to it. Don't let the walk to the back of the store add $150 to your cart. Trick number 10. The checkout lane is the final gauntlet. By the time you reach the register, you've walked the entire store, made dozens of decisions, and your willpower is literally depleted. Psychologists call this decision fatigue, and retailers know exactly when it peaks. That's why the checkout lane is lined with candy bars, magazines, energy drinks, and small grab-and-go items. 87% of American shoppers have made an impulse purchase at checkout. The checkout impulse market is worth $18 billion annually in the United States alone. This strategy dates back to the 1940s when retailers realized that waiting customers had wandering eyes and empty hands. And here's the twist. Research shows that self-checkout may actually increase impulse buying even more, because there's no social pressure from a cashier watching you toss 3 candy bars onto the belt. So here's the big picture. These 10 tricks don't work in isolation. They work together as a system. The decompression zone slows you down. The layout forces you past every aisle. The shelves are stacked to favor whoever pays the most. The smells, the music, the colors, they're all manipulating your decisions below the level of awareness. The oversized cart encourages overbuying. And just when your willpower is depleted, they funnel you through a gauntlet of impulse items at checkout. The average American shopper spends 40 to 60% more than they planned on every trip. Now that you know the playbook, use it. Make a list, stick to the perimeter, and never shop hungry. If this video opened your eyes, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Which of these 10 tricks surprised you the most? Drop your answer in the comments. And if you haven't seen our breakdown of 15 Amazon pricing secrets, that's the perfect next watch. Links on screen. See you in the next one.